RPT, you know what's going down. I got that case of beer if you got the cooking crown.
69 missionary, doggy style cowgirl. 69 missionary, doggy style cowgirl.
Keep it wicked when I'm spitting my shit. There ain't no.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Behind the Mask with Mr. Fuentes, or of Mr. Fuentes. I always get it wrong. Behind the Mask of Mr. Fuentes. I'm Franco here with the lovely man of the hour, Mr. Fuentes.
Hi, Mr. Fuentes here. What are we doing today, Franco?
I'm also here with my little one, so if you hear her in the background, you hear her in the background. No babysitter. Today we are talking about a track that's by Mr. Fuentes called Hardocre.
Hardcore bitches.
I'm gonna let you run this one. I have no prior questions.
You can't let me run things and then not tell me I'm going to run things, so I can't prepare for these things.
I wasn't able to prepare either. You sent me the lyrics about an hour ago, and this little one's been.
But you listened to the song for like 5,000 years, man. You got this.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it in a while. I'm supposed to listen to it this week, but I've been listening to other podcasts and shit that are interesting. But
like what?
You know, the new deep dive through the Upside Down featuring Tiffany, Drew Dredd, and the lovely balded Mr. Fuentes.
Oh man, yeah, those are good. And then we got some Friday the 14th UHD in there, huh?
Yeah, Friday the 14th UHD. Their review of May, which I need to watch that movie. It looked pretty good, or sounds pretty good. But and Wrestling Tacos, because you know Wrestling Tacos is back as well.
Ooh, tacos that wrestle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyways, the usual questions. Where does this fall under the chronological order? I can think of the fucking word. Chronologically, where does it fall?
Chronologically, well, it's definitely pretty much after everything for Speedballin' was basically written, for the most part. So after Speedballin' was put out technically, or basically done, there was a few tracks that I had like put together, or me and Gary had put together with other people and stuff like that, and we really didn't have nowhere to kind of put them. So after we sold out of our first batch of like 100 CDs that we made, I just kind of added them to the end of those CDs and just called it Speedballin' Deluxe Edition. So it has a few extra songs on it, like this song. It also has Shark Food, Bust My Guns, the extended version, which Bust My Guns originally just had Gary and Ricky Franks. But then I randomly added mine to the end and also added that to the list of tracks and stuff. Actually, no, it had Bust My Guns with only Gary and Ricky Franks. And then a few years later, I re-released a version with me at the end as well. But yeah, Hardocre, chronologically, it was probably one of the last. It was like a project song that I was working on the side just for fun, and it was after all the Speedball and stuff got done.
And what made you write it?
Actually, now as you're very aware, I'm like late for everything that I do.
Yeah, we're supposed to start this podcast at 2:30, and right now it is currently 2:42. We're supposed to start this podcast at 2, actually. And last week I said same time, meaning 2, but we were already late last time, and it was 2:30. So I guess last time meant 2:30 whenever you're late again. And just go through real quick.
So, as Franco thoroughly explained, I'm late for everything that I do. So Mayday had a contest with basically that song where they put that beat out, and they I don't know if it was exactly that beat in general or if it was like any beat that they had on that album, Take Me to Your Leader. They were doing it to promote their instrumental album that they released of that album, called Take Me to Your something. It was like Take Me to Your Ears or something weird. And it was all the instrumentals for that album, Take Me to Your Leader. But then they're also challenging like other people to do remixes with the beats. And so they were like, yeah, go and buy the, you know, uh, instrumental album from us, and then go and make a song and submit it to us, and we'll listen to it. And if we like it, we'll post it on our Facebook and things, and social medias and stuff like that. So I had actually downloaded that entire instrumental album, and that I was like listening to all of them, and I didn't really know. I love like Mayday, or the idea of Mayday, but I really don't seem to like, at least that album. I didn't really seem to like a lot of their tracks. Like I liked them I liked them at the time separately. Recognize and Burns, they were like the rappers of Mayday. I would listen to them, but Mayday themselves, for some reason, I was like having a hard time getting into them. So I was trying to listen to all their tracks and was like, well, I really don't dig this one. I really don't dig this one. Like, what can I spin off of this one? And then I got to Hardcore Bitches, which is a track by Mayday where they're basically giving a shout out to all their hardcore female fans. And, you know, this basically, like, the hook is, this is for my hardcore bitches, for my suicide girls, for my hardcore bitches, you know, in a suicide world, I think is what the hook was. So I don't know, randomly my brain was like, well, then I could just do one that's like, I'm hardcore bitches. And that's pretty much where the idea of this song kind of came up for. And then I never actually got to submit it to them because the contest ended, or the time frame that they had ended by then. But I already started working on it, so I eventually finished it and put it out. So yeah, that was pretty much one of the main reasonings for hardcore. Also, like whenever I was doing it, I definitely had a lot of fun with this one. I was doing a lot of different things that I probably wouldn't normally do in my other songs. So this one kind of became like a fun track in the end, and just something fun to play with, and in the end, just an overall fun track that I think I still enjoy to this day. Like it was well done and well written. I don't know why, you know, it's always the project songs that end up being more fun than the ones you're trying to be more like serious on and put them on like official albums and stuff like that. So this one I really still enjoy, and obviously the beat's a professional beat by a professional beat maker, so it's always usually good to work off beats that are actually professionally done.
Sorry, I tried to put Coco on for her.
I got you.
So what you're saying is that you did this song so you can be classified as Mayday? Is that, or May? What are they called? Mayday. So you be classified as one of their hardcore bitches?
Yes, basically.
Gotcha.
That was the entire explanation.
You just felt hardcore that day?
Yeah.
Okay, this song's for me.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Watch it.
Yeah.
I hate Coco Melon. I think that's pretty much it that I usually ask. Yeah. You want to get into it? You want to break it down?
Yeah, and this song actually is also featuring one of my friends. At the time, he went by Kansas. Now he goes by the name Ghost, which is very appropriate because he seems to just disappear for months at a time and then reappear and then disappear and then reappear and then disappear. So the last verse is going to be him rapping.
I think I'm going to start doing that. Just going ghost on people.
Just going ghost.
Yeah.
Do it, man.
Nah, I can't. I have a brand to run.
Oh, you can pay someone else to do it or something.
I don't got the money for that, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
You could. Yeah, I don't know what you could do.
You could just stop carrying.
Just stop it, Franco.
This one's on, you already said, the Speedballin' Deluxe Edition. I didn't even know there was a regular edition. Do you have any more copies of that? So I can have like the first one of the editions.
No, those are all gone.
Wasn't a fan in enough time. All right, so
I mean,
hardcore. Oh, go ahead.
Even when I like redid the whole thing, like I didn't remake no album covers or nothing. There was just the same track listing with extra songs at the end that nobody even knew were there until they got there.
Oh yeah. I don't know what the fuck.
But yeah, I filled up that entire.
I said I'm hardcore, bitches. Yeah. Absolute kings. Middle finger, fuck the world. Mr. Fuentes. Middle fingers up. I said I'm hardcore, bitches. Hardcore like an avocado. Tryna violate your girl. What up, lady? Yo. It's the residential badass. I'm in my own class. I'm going a million miles an hour. Maybe I'm too fast, or maybe I'm just trash. Pollution to the air, but you think I care? Middle finger if you stare. Let's get it popping off. Crush your dreams like Mazel Tov. Roasty cats like Hasselhoff. You and your crew are just so soft. Gary Podunk on my side. Give him a call and he's ready to ride. Does someone click and we'll have to reply? Absolute kings and we're soaring high. Mr. Fuentes, are you insane? The booth is full of propane. You're spitting so much fire you might ignite it and burst into flames. Well, maybe then cover the Mexican into Washington. Man on fire, choking other rappers eating oxygen. I heard somebody's plexing, I heard somebody's flexing. One point in my mind direction, I'm coming harder than an erection. And treat the shit like Tekken, a couple of shots to the midsection. Now they're down for the count, no sign of resurrection.
Yeah.
Hardcore like an avocado.
Mm-hmm.
That always gets me.
Yeah, that one made me laugh too. Whenever I showed my my friends, whenever I was done with it, like I remember one of my friends just like started busting out laughing. He's like, "Hardcore like an avocado." So yeah, I mean, I think at this time I started like classifying myself as a fast rapper or a faster rapper. You know, it's funny, like when I wrote this song, I wasn't sure what was going to happen because, like, I think I talked about this before. Like, whenever I started, or whenever me and Gary started doing music stuff, and I don't know if it's like, you know, like when they talk about, like, when you go look at cars and shit, you go look at that Mazda. I have a Mazda, so let's just go with Mazda. You go look at the Mazda dealership and you see the Mazda car that you like, and then you start driving, you start seeing that Mazda car everywhere, like you're driving and shit like that. Like, you ever heard of that theory? Like, whenever you like something, you start paying attention, you notice it everywhere around you. I don't know if it was just coincidence or it actually was like a thing, but whenever me and Gary started actually doing music in Rockport, it really like seemed like every little group and every little faction that was doing rap music at the time just all of a sudden started doing rap music. Like it was just like an abundance of rappers just started coming out of nowhere. And it was just a really awkward situation. Not awkward, it was cool because, like, you know, you really do, or you're at least supposed to, you know, whenever you find people in the same space as you try to work with them so y'all can build off each other and things like that. That's what's supposed to happen. But all of a sudden there was all these like people that were rappers, and like it didn't seem like anyone really wanted to work with each other too much. And like I guess a few times here and there, Gary was getting into it with like other like rappers, like basically doing the rap beef thing, like I'm better than you are, you suck, and shit like that. I never really got into the rap beef thing because I always just thought it was a weird thing to do. Like I get it, but at the same time I don't. It's just like you have a problem with someone, y'all should just fuck it, you know, get together, duke it out or whatever. But I also know that that's just part of the rap game in general. So anyway, whenever I did my thing, at the time I kind of believed I was like a little bit better than a lot of the people in my area. So whenever I did make this song, I kind of made it in that perspective of like, you know what, like I'm gonna like say what I kind of really believe. Like I am a badass, I am cool at what I do, and if you don't like it, fuck you. Like I kind of almost like kind of wanted to start a beef or see if anyone would like bite if it came to the song, but nobody actually ever did.
Nobody wants
But
people, Mr. Fuentes, man.
Yeah, I mean, basically. But I was like talking a little more shit than I normally talk on this song about being like a badass rapper and shit like that. So that's kind of where the residential badass, I'm in my own class, I'm going a million miles an hour, maybe I'm too fast part, and you know, all that was kind of, you know, bred out of that. This part, I don't know, it's just kind of something I came up with, you know. It's just something to really say.
Something I came up with. I think that's like all your songs.
Oh, I mean, like nothing like it had no real meaning. It was just like a fun little thing. This part over here, I don't remember where I came up with it, but I remember thinking it was gonna be funny as hell whenever I did it. Like almost like someone talking to me, and then talking about the booth is full of like propane and it's gonna catch on fire and blow up because of your hot raps. And then the whole like, I don't know, just it's kind of crazy when I go back and think about this shit. Like, what was I really thinking when I wrote this stuff? And it's just like, I really don't know. Like, the Mexican Denzel Washington, man on fire, choking other rappers, eating oxygen. It's just like funny shit. I think one of my favorite lines I wrote in this entire verse was I heard somebody's flexing. We'll put them in my direction, coming harder than an erection. That shit always makes me laugh. And then the whole ending of this was actually really cool. Treat the shit like Tekken, a couple of shots of the midsection. Now they're down for the count, no sign of resurrection. Like that whole little last part I really enjoyed. Because, you know, it's supposed to be talking about being hardcore. So, I mean, that's why like part of it too was just like a lot of talking shit in a sense, because well, at this point I'm supposed to be hardcore. So everything I was talking about was a little more edgier than normal Mr. Fuentes stuff.
Yeah, that's how I do it. Middle finger, fuck the world. Like having sex with a globe. I said I'm hardcore bitches. Yeah. Trying to violate your girl. Always trying to violate the ladies. It's the residential panther. Your girl a pamper. Go and find her, I want her right on her moon panel, and they say do not tamper. I'm something like a pimp. I'm looking for a miss. Get the blood and twist, and they don't ever try to give her a kiss. Let's get it popping off. And one of you ladies like spin off. Wait, let's start this off. Can one of your grandma balls and ask me to cough? Kansas sitting on my side. He needs a girl to don't be shot. Look, he's rubbing on your thigh. I'm ready to give you a sick surprise.
Mr. Fuentes, so you're still great. Me and you should still date. Go out tonight, you get some steaks and get a house out by the lake.
I guess you're her boyfriend, but I treat you like a new trend. Tell you I love you until the end. To drop you when a better one comes in. But most of the girls I get with have a one-night plan. They be with a one-night man and have a one-night stand. And I love my girls kinky from Asians to Mexicans, but I prefer my girls white like the Ku Klux Klan. Bitches.
I didn't realize I was still muted. I was saying you want to go into it. I was waiting for your reply, but I was like, oh, I'm muted.
Yeah, I this one, yeah, I didn't. So like whenever, I mean, you've tried to write songs before. Like, have you ever wrote a song and you got like the first, let's just say 8 bars and everything, like you grooved really, really well, but then you got after the 8 bars and you're like, I don't know what else to fucking say. Like I already said like pretty much everything I needed to say in the first 8 bars.
I feel like that after I write 4 bars.
Oh, okay.
That's just stopped.
So whenever I write tracks, I you know, for some reason, most of my tracks, like the first verses are always usually the best verses, just because it's all like the ideas I have for the song I'm putting into that one verse already. So if you ever like catch my second verses as like being weird or not as on topic or whatever, it's usually because I really don't know where to go. So on the next verse, I kind of went like more into the player side of Mr. Fuentes. And I'm, I think there's let's see. No, there's not really that many what's the word I'm looking for? Callbacks to other songs. But verse number 2 has a lot of callbacks to other songs. Like the Panther part over here, it's a callback to Night Out, creeping up like a panther. And then the Can One of Y'all Grab My Balls and Ask Me to Cough is a callback to Bust a Nut. And then, I Guess You Never Heard Girlfriend, which is another one of my tracks on Speedballin'. It's a callback to that song. So this one was kind of fun because I got to do a lot of callbacks. So if you were actually hold on one second.
When you the second line of the verse, I'll go out and find her, I'll wine her and dine her. I did not understand that at all whenever you said it.
Oh, go out and find her, I'll wine her, dine her, remove panty liners and say they do not tamper.
Still didn't understand you right there.
Yeah. That part, and like I said, I was having fun with this. I really couldn't fit it in as properly as I wanted to. But basically, like, I'll go out and find her, I'll wine her, I'll dine her, remove panty liners that say do not tamper. So basically, what I wanted to say, or to convey by the end, was that I'll go out with your girl, I'll make her have a good time, and even if she's on her period, we're still gonna have sex. It's pretty much what that whole little part means. But then also, even when I rap it, I can hear it too. Like it's not as clear as it should be, and I knew that, but I couldn't get it any clearer, at least at the time. Like even now, I probably still can't. It was just too much to try to shove in. I even like paused the beat and extended it like a hair, like on the pause, just to try to fit everything in there, and it still didn't really come out properly. But again, I was having fun with this song, so I didn't really care, to be honest. It was supposed to be just something to do and something to have fun with. Trying to see if there's anything in here. I thought this one was pretty cool. But most of the girls I get with have a one-night plan to be with a one-night man and have a one-night stand. I don't know where I came up with that, but I remember thinking it was pretty clever whenever I wrote it. And then this last one right here almost got me in trouble in Kansas one time. So it was like the funniest thing ever. I'm performing this song in Kansas, and there was a lot. It's very similar. I wouldn't say very similar to here, but anyway, there was a lot of white people there. Whenever at that concert, there was a lot of white rappers pretty much at that concert. So of course I fit in perfectly, and so I get on stage and I start trying. I get to the ending of the thing, and like during the concert, there was actually two black ladies that were to the right of me that were listening to the track, and they were like they were dancing to my tracks the entire like time my set was on. They're all getting into it, and I get to that line, but I prefer my girls white, like the Ku Klux Klan, and they just like looked at each other, stopped dancing, and turned around to the bar. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I guess that could be offensive to people. Like, I mean, it is kind of weird because I've heard people like say like, why did you even use that name? And it was just like, well, because the Ku Klux Klan only wanted white people in their clan, and I like mainly white girls, so I figured it'd be a good comparison. And but for some reason, people take it as some kind of like racial thing, like I'm supporting the Ku Klux Klan somehow by saying the name Ku Klux Klan. It was weird how some people perceive it, because some people are just like, "Oh, I get you, bro." Other people are just like, "No, you should have never said that name. Period. Ever. Like, what are you doing? Why are you saying these people's names?" And it's just like, it's not like I said I love them. Like, I don't know. I don't understand where y'all don't understand. This is very confusing to me. But obviously, it's a sensitive subject to some for, I guess, the atrocities they committed in the past, or even now. I don't even know what they're doing, if they're even relevant, to be honest, nowadays. But yeah, I mean, I remember that concert so vividly. Like, when I think about it, I remember like that whole situation so clear as I was rapping on stage and looking at these girls over here. I think I was looking at them because I knew I was about to say it, and I was gonna see if they even noticed, and they noticed.
Do you still rapping in the concerts today?
No, I don't actually. I've actually changed it since then. Whenever I do it in concert, I put and I love my girls kinky from Asians to Mexicans, but I prefer my girls white. Yeah. That's all I say.
Yeah, redo this version and add that in there so you don't get canceled later on.
I mean, I really don't care. Like, how are they gonna cancel me? It's not like I said anything bad.
Did you hear about the bless you, the bullshit with Eminem right now? They're bless you. They're trying to cancel him over my salsa dance.
Yeah, I heard that.
That's stupid.
Yeah, it's one of the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like way other things to cancel him for, like his whole song Kim about brutally abusing and killing his wife. But
I love that song.
I mean, it's a good song. I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying like it's a really brutal song.
When I first heard that song, I was like 9, I want to say, when I got that CD.
Dang,
and
that much hate in your heart.
Yeah, that's a CD that you should not be getting for a 9-year-old. But my sister's name is Kim, and when I heard it, after I heard it, I ran to her room and ran to my mom and said, Eminem's gonna try and kill my sister. And she told me, "No, you're stupid." And then I found out that there's multiple people named Kim in this world, not just my sister.
Dang.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you went to school and you never met someone with the same name as the other person in your life.
Nope. And my mom let me keep listening to that CD after that, so that's why I like Eminem.
That's crazy that your mom kept you keep listening to that CD.
Yeah.
I got that CD when I was 13. That's definitely I've said that before. It's definitely not a CD that most kids should be, or any even teenager should be listening to.
That wasn't even my first CD of him either. My first CD was the Eminem Show 2 years prior, when I was 7.
You were just like, "Mom, look! I got 9 inch nails on my eyelids."
That's exactly what I was doing.
But to be honest, like, I think when people like do the shit, like some people that try to do the canceling shit and it actually catches traction are just like a bunch of like people who really don't I guess the best word to say is don't like a certain artist, and they're trying to look for a reason. Like, you know how there's artists, let's just give the best example I can give of right now is there's a lot of people, at least back in the day, not really as much anymore, who really didn't like Post Malone. They really, I don't want to say they really didn't have a reason to. They just didn't like him, and they wanted to try to basically like blow him off. And obviously Post Malone had a lot of fans, but there was a niche group of people who were just like, fuck that guy. What I feel like is that whenever people try to cancel other people, it's a bunch of those people like, I really don't have a reason to hate this guy, so I'm really not going to say nothing, but I'm never going to support him. But as soon as something comes up, they're like, I knew it. That's why I never liked this guy to begin with. That motherfucker. Like they want to rally behind this stuff just so they can try to, you know, push this guy to the background and stuff like that. And Eminem's just way too fucking big. Like, he's already been accepted by so many different cultures because of him being white and being rap. He has battled that adversity a lot of his life, you know, being white in a so-called urban, you know, black community of people. And he has other black people that respect him. Like, there's just no way you're ever gonna take down Eminem. Plus he has so much support for the black community. Like, I could never see like him actually ever like getting canceled or pushed away because he just has too much support from his the culture he's built with all the people he's worked with. Like, it's just never gonna happen. Like, those people are gonna back him before anything. Snoop Dogg's gonna jump out and support Eminem before anyone cancels him or anything. And no one talks shit to Snoop Dogg. It just doesn't happen.
It's funny because Snoop Dogg talks shit about him.
Yeah, and then they made up, and like Snoop Dogg even said, like, I was just talking shit. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, he talks shit, and then Eminem had that track. I forgot what track it was. I mentioned Snoop Dogg in it. Zeus. Mm-hmm. And then now they have a song together, like, you know, a couple years later.
Yeah, exactly. Crazy. Like, you know, they're both such big artists that, like, it's easy to get butthurt or to let your ego get to you. And it just, I'm glad that, you know, they get everything all straightened out, but, you know, it is one of those things where people, it's just so dumb. If you don't like someone, just don't listen to them, man. Just don't sit there and just be the guy that's like, oh my God, they hurt my feelings. I'm gonna tell everyone how they hurt my feelings, and I'm gonna get them canceled. It's whatever, bro. Like, whatever.
I feel like you only have this opinion because you don't want to get canceled, my guy.
I mean, if I get canceled, I get canceled, man. It is so shitty too, because there's a lot of people that really, you know, there's actually songs where I've actually changed lyrics and stuff because of that culture that's being built, the cancel culture. There's things in songs I've changed that will never be released or ever done because, you know, I was at that time kind of afraid. But then there was like a thing that I read recently that was just like, yeah, you could be afraid of cancel culture, but anyone that's trying to cancel you are just people that don't like you already. Like, the people that like you are always going to like you. Like, honestly, if there's someone that's trying to cancel you, that's probably not a fan that you want to have, period. Like, just keep doing you. Like, the real people that are going to like you are always going to like you, like, and your opinions. If they don't agree with them, they'll just, you know, respectfully, you know, push them away. Like, I do that with a lot of artists that I listen to. Pretty much a lot of the main artists I listen to are very politically diverse from me and my views of political things. But, I mean, their music's still great. What they talk about's still great. But it doesn't mean I have to hate them because they believe in something different than me. Like, I still resonate with what they're saying. It just doesn't make sense for me to be like, oh, this guy's a bitch because he believes in this. Like, no. Like, even if it's true, no. Like, there's no point in me like expressing that opinion. You know, there's no, you know, people are going to live their lives. There's no point in expressing some opinions about people. I don't know. It's just weird to me, the whole culture thing.
Got this girl fast, I flip my tongue. Oh my God.
Middle finger, fuck the world.
What?
No one wants to mess with me. I mean, who does, really?
I said I'm hardcore, bitches.
Oh, I got a phone call. Who could it be?
Trying to violate your girl.
Oh,
Girl.
it's the homie Kansas. What up, man?
I'm
I'm tired of people talking shit. Today I'm feeling drunk and pissed. Was best to keep it distance with the minutes to get rocked lit. Never seen it coming, absolute. You know I'm mobbing, bitch. I'll suck and leave you drop. Watch get stomped up in the mosh pit. This is mine. It's just a simple life for crime. It's fixing to get some wicked things. It's don't pencil me if we're spot to kick it. It's a bitch I'm feeling twisted like the top of the fifth of liquor that I'm drinking, drowning, sipping, gripping solo cups for spilling liquids that I'm wrecking every second. Giving switching lanes of blurry vision, high as fucking bad intentions. Can't just live in steady sipping, double fits and liquor, pistol twisting shit like cannabis. The Cali mitts is only meant to medicate my mom for this. So if you say that you're hardcore, can step your ass up on the platform and show this world that we're living in what exactly it is we're willing to die for. I live when I'm spitting and can real with my ribs. So do you feel the addiction when I spill this like liquid?
Bitches, that's my brother Kansas right there. Some of that Midwest shit. Middle finger, fuck the world. Shout out to Threefold, doing y'all's thing up there. I said I'm hardcore, bitches. All the people I mess with are hardcore. Trying to violate your girl. Absolute Kings, 2014 to infinity. TOBB. Bitches.
TOBB.
Tired of being broke.
Ah, okay. I was like, what the fuck does that stand for?
But yeah, I mean, unfortunately we don't have a Kansas, aka Ghost, here to explain his own verse.
Okay, when you said it's official, I'm feeling twisted like the top of a fifth of liquor. What do you mean by that?
Where is this at? I'm gonna try something real quick.
All right. If you're listening on audio right now, just a reminder, we are also on YouTube. You can go watch this video. So whenever we have awkward silences that don't cut out, you can see why. It's because we're looking up stuff on our computer, and we're just dozing off into space. Our YouTube channel is Emo Swall Productions. That's awesome spelled backwards. EMOSEWA Productions. These come up every Sunday at 10 a.m. Although if you do listen to the audio, if you want to start listening to the audio, it comes up, Sunday at 3 a.m. So you can listen on your way to work or whatever. Okay, and Fuentes has muted his mic like I usually do. So I'm alone talking right now. So let's plug some stuff. This coming week we have. When does this go up? This goes up next Sunday. There's videos every day of the week on our YouTube channel. Every Monday you catch the Cinema Movie Podcast live from 7 p.m. 9 p.m. reviewing a new movie. This is A24 month, so they're reviewing A24 movies. Every Tuesday is Taco Tuesday, so you can expect Wrestling Tacos full match or Wrestling Tacos highlight video from Wrestling Tacos, aka me and my wife. That's every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Wednesday you catch the Friday the 14th gig live at 7:30 p.m. Every Thursday is also Taco Thursday. You can catch different full match or highlight video for Wrestling Tacos. Every other Friday is a deep dive through the Upside Down with Mr. Fuentes, Tiffany, and Drew Dredd. You can catch them talking about Stranger Things. Every Saturday is either an Uwu or Wrestling Tacos or Wrestler of the Week or something Wrestling Taco related. And every Sunday it's either Behind the Mask with Mr. Fuentes or the Fanboy Podcast with me and Manny.
Sundays, right?
Yeah, every other Sunday.
All right. So it's official. I'm getting twisted like the top of fifth of liquor. It's like, if you look at a bottle, there's always a little twist.
Did you really call him to ask him?
No, I was trying to get him sync through my computer so we could talk to him through the computer. And so maybe I just asked.
I just saw a random line and read it off.
But like a lot of this, I really I thought was really cool. So what had happened with him being featured in this track was I just had finished writing the second verse and I still needed to write the third verse. And like I've talked about before, the rap name Ghost is probably appropriate for him because he normally just comes into my life for a few months and then he kind of leaves again, disappears, and then he comes back for a few more months. And, that's kind of how it's been off and on for like the past like 12 years of our life. I could usually get a hold of him if I need to, but at least living around the area and being able to record with me, he only usually lives in the area I live in for like 2 or 3 months, and then he ends up moving somewhere else. And then he'd come back here, move somewhere else, come back here, visit, move somewhere else, visit, go back home, all of the in between. Anyway, this was one of the random times he had just come down, and he just like stopped by my house. He didn't even call me, didn't tell me he was coming, no nothing. He just came to my house, knocked on my door, and was like, "Hey, what's up?" And I was like, "Oh, what's up, dude?" And we started chit-chatting and stuff like that. And then, we started talking, and he's like, "Hey, let me show you this track that I'm working on." I show him, and then he was just like, or actually I was like, he's like, "Man, that'd be dope if I can jump on." And I was like, "Really? You want to jump on? Like, let's do it. Like, write a verse and come back to me." Like 2 days later, he comes back with this full verse written. And, yeah, it was badass. Like, I was super impressed by... And I say it's super impressed because, like, I guess most people start off without rapping or doing anything. But, like, a lot of the people that I knew that, like, rapped started rapping when they were... Or trying to start rapping when they were, like, 14, 15, 16. They were kind of honing their craft in their teenage years. Kenny didn't start trying to seriously do any kind of rap or anything until he was, like, 22. And I think he's like 3 years older than me. So I think I was like 20. So I think he was like 23, 24. He didn't start trying to rap or do anything until he was like 24. And so I was kind of like coaching him a lot about like how to like, rap and use certain words, how to make sure he counted the beat and do all that stuff. And I hadn't talked to him in a long time, but he was like constantly writing. Honestly, he says he's still constantly writing. So he obviously started learning on his own, like how to be more precise and get better at doing stuff. But his metaphors and everything in between and his timing got so much better. And whenever he came to me with this track, I was just like, damn, like, dude, you've like improved in like 2 years, like so much since Bust a Nut. Like, you go listen to Bust a Nut and you're like, damn, who is this guy? Is he like a 2-year-old rapping? No, I'm just kidding. But this one, like, I was like, wow, like, damn, he really like went in on this one. And I think like my favorite lines from this one is, "It's fixing to get so wicked, Satan assistant will pencil me in for a spot to kick it." I thought that was like one of the dopest lines ever. And then just his metaphors too. It's official, I'm feeling twisted like the top of a fifth of liquor. Like, that was pretty cool. And then like just putting random, like not random, but putting a bunch of rhymes into a single line. Like, I'm drinking, drowning, sipping, gripping, till the cups of spilling liquids, like all that, was really cool. And then his little fast, he kind of like stumbled a little, but if you go and listen to the track, which I was listening to it earlier, and you slow it down, like he says every word in there, it was just the timing was just a tad bit off. But just like mine over here, whenever I tried to do the I want to ride down her, I'll go out and fight her, I want to ride down her, remove pain lines, they say do not Tampa. I kind of stumbled there a little bit too. So again, I didn't really like say or do anything because again, the song was kind of for fun. Yeah, no, it was really cool. I really enjoyed having him on this track. He did a great job. And he's like one of my best friends, so it's really cool to like go back and listen to tracks like I've done with Kenny, because he is always like, he's been one of the OGs and always been there, and it's just badass, to be able to have some songs that I'm with him doing some tracks. I have always hoped to one day do a full collab track with him where me and him are actually rapping like every track on like an EP or something. But we have to wait till a day he's going to be here for like 2 or 3 months and not leave. And I have time. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't think I really have much anymore. Do you have any follow-up questions from going through all that, kind of reading these things?
Not really about the track, but how many songs have you been has Kansas been featured in with you?
Like officially on like things, this is probably like one. He has a track on each of my albums so far. So this one, Hardocre, the
Paranoid.
Smile and Wave was Paranoid, and then my upcoming sneak peek, he's on Something, which is the single that's already been released. And then we had a demo that's should never be talked about ever, and that demo we have like 4 tracks we do together, or maybe 3 tracks that we do together. But that was really rough, really rough. So I never count them right now because they're really bad.
I need a copy of each of those songs and that demo.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that, man.
Do some bonus tracks.
You're gonna be like, damn. You're gonna go listen to Far From Alone, and you're gonna be like, damn. So I wasn't far off from being great.
I should have kept going. Damn it. That's pretty much it for this. Hardocre. Our next track that we will be talking about is our final episode of the season.
What?
It's gonna be Night Out, Halloween 2013.
Oh shit! I forgot about that song. I have a funny story about that one.
It'll be the final episode of the season because these are all the ones that you have done singly, like by yourself for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll get into some bonus tracks, but like we'll probably end up doing like 2 bonus tracks where you put them all. Talk about the ones that you were like kind of featured in, and like talk about like multiple at once, in one episode. My daughter's singing over here, so if you hear that, that's her.
She just got done listening to Bruno. What's the name of that?
Yeah, we don't talk about Bruno and Canto.
And yeah, if you're on Facebook and you have Franco as a friend, you'll see her trying to sing along, and it's one of the cutest things ever.
If I don't know you, don't add me because I've been getting requests from people I don't know. I'm like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah,
it's weird.
Franco said F all y'all.
All the ones that don't know me, of course.
Oh, and some of the ones that do.
You know, if you're a fan, stay a fan, and just follow our fan stuff.
Just put on your mask, Franco.
She's actually singing it. What the hell?
She's gonna learn to talk, but it's only gonna be like in singing things like Bumblebee.
We don't talk about Bruno. Anyways, if you want to plug all your social medias where they can follow your beautiful bald head right now, Mr. Fuentes.
Yeah, definitely. If you haven't heard Hardocre, it's only on SoundCloud for you to be able to get it. I'm actually going to start uploading all of the Speedballin' tracks onto YouTube as well, so y'all can go to YouTube and check those things out. If y'all didn't already know these things, and very obvious from the beat itself, if you don't know it's a Mayday beat, a lot of the tracks on Speedballin' and the next album we're going to review, Smile and Wave, have beats that technically I don't own the rights to and things like that. So the only places I can put them are like YouTube, SoundCloud, and things like that. I can't officially put them on Spotify without possibly catching like a copyright, suit or something, which from what I heard, honestly, like those things don't really come out as much as you would think, but you don't want to get yourself in trouble if it's not worth it. So this song is it's on SoundCloud right now. I am going to put it up on YouTube pretty soon. So probably by the time you're listening to this, you can find it on YouTube. Just search Mr. Fuentes Hardocre. And then if you want to listen to any of my music I already do have out, you can go to Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you listen to your music streaming stuff, and just put in Mr. Fuentes, Mr. Fuentes. And if you want to follow my social medias, I have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and a Twitter that I pretty much never get on at Mr. Fuentes 361. Also, I think by this next Sunday, let me make sure before I say it, and then it's already passed. So yes, if you're listening to this podcast, this upcoming Friday, August 19th, will be a concert that it's going to be Robzilla's birthday bash at Rich's Billiard in Corpus Christi. August 19th, I go on at 11:30. So if you want to just make your way out there around that time, you can, but I would highly recommend you coming at 9 when the show starts, because we do have a lot of good artists in the building that night. And it's a free concert. Rich's Billiard. You don't pay a cent. You just go in to have fun, and that's the clear intention of that concert, is for everyone to have fun. So I really hope
Zilla's birthday.
Exactly. Like that. This concert is really Robzilla's gift to y'all, for people to have fun and have a day to go to a concert and just see a lot of great acts and have a good time. And also, obviously, to celebrate Robzilla's birthday, like Franco has mentioned. So, I mean, you know, I don't think he'll be hesitant to have gifts as well, or just buy him a drink. I don't think he's a heavy drinker, so he'll probably already be toasted after 4 drinks. So, you know, just come by, swing out, check it out. I do have an awesome set being put together, and I really hope to see a lot of y'all there. And yeah, thank y'all for listening. Night Out Halloween edition. All right, I'm gonna have to remember that.
And
you know what? We can do Christmas Jam around then. Or are we gonna wait till Christmas for that? Sorry,
we probably don't do our own Christmas time. But follow me, Rastin Tacos, on Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Whole bunch of great content coming out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Instagram, I don't ever plug it, but Emo Soul Productions has an Instagram. You can follow that as well. I already plugged all the videos we upload every single day of the week. We have something new to watch on YouTube, so go subscribe to that platform if you are not. We're currently at 641 as of recording. By the time this goes up, might be at 650. I don't know. It might be at 1,000. I don't fucking know. But go subscribe to that platform. And yeah, thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next one and review Night Out Halloween 2013. Peace.
Peace.